Hi, how are you?
You definitely have a local language. English is your local language.
Yes, so in Trinidad and Tobago, we speak English, but we also have a broken version. So,
Give me the broken version.
hey, what's the scene?
Hey, Jama. You just say, hey, you was this in? Hey, you was this in, everybody? Yeah, as you're thinking of the answer, let me get it. What do they reply?
We cool, we cool.
Hey, you was this in? Yeah, me cool was this in too. All right. I know we have people coming from different countries. I would love to learn a few. Anyone wants to tell me how they say, how are you in their language? Yes. Yes, let me start with you.
So we're from the Kingdom of Bahrain, and we say it as hala for hi, and we say shakhbarak. Yes, exactly.
So when you say hello, you reply as? Okay, guys, if I say shakhbarak, you just say zen. Shakhbarak, everyone. Zen it is. And you, where are you from?
I'm from Pakistan.
How do you say, how are you? And how do you reply?
So like in Urdu, we say, aap kaise hain? That means, how are you?
Give me the shorter version.
So you ask like, aap kaise hain? How are you? And you reply by, main theek hu, I'm fine. Most people are there fine, so they always say this, main theek hu, I'm fine.
So it's hapseken. Okay, hapseken. Hapseken. Up, kesk. Hey, you got it? Greet your neighbor. Hapseken. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? Great. I'm learning languages today. Where are you from?
I'm from Zambia.
Zambia, how do you say, how are you?
So it's a tribe called Bemba in Zambia. How you say, how are you, is Mulishani.
Murishali. And how do you reply?
Nidiwino.
Ndiwino. Murishali. Ndiwino. Do you add like you extend like Ndiwino?
You can actually respond by saying you're fine and also asking them if they're okay. So you can say Ndiwino Lishani.
Ndiwino Nishani. Okay, amazing. Where are you from, sir?
Uganda.
You're from Uganda. How do you say, how are you?
Oliotia.
And how do you reply?
Bulungi.
Okay. Oliotia. Bulungi. All right. Where are you from?
Mozambique.
Mozambique. How do you say, how are you?
Como estás?
Comstash. You guys have the coolest how are you? It sounds like an app. Like download Comstash and get it delivered right away. So what do you say back?
Como estás? Estou bem.
Hey, it's no longer an app. So when I say Comstash, you say?
Estou bem.
Strawberry. Comstash, everybody. Strawberry. Yes, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from Ethiopia.
You're from Ethiopia. How do you say how are you and how do I reply?
In Ethiopia, there's a lot of languages.
One of the language. Not the 50. How many languages do you have?
I'm just 3 languages.
Okay, give me one of them. Somali.
Seetahay.
Seatahai. And what do you say?
Seetahay. Waa fiicnahay.
So if I say Seatahai, you say Ofintahai.
Yes.
You got the reply? Seatahai, everyone. Ofintahai. All right, let me go on the other side. I want to get languages that we have here. I understand we have people from different parts of the world. Hello, how are you? Where are you from and how do you say how are you?
I'm Precious John from Nigeria. So I'm from Ibibio, the southeastern part of Nigeria. How we say how are you? You say idem for, and then you reply with a song.
Idem for, and then you say aso, haso. It's haso itself. Let's do it again. You say
Idem for,
and you reply
a song.
A song, like a song, like a song. I thought you say how far, and then I say how far now. A day. Okay. Do we have anybody else? I'm getting to learn a lot here. Hello, how are you? Where are you from?
From Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, but we got someone from Zimbabwe, I think. Zambia, Zimbabwe. How do you say, how are you in Zimbabwe?
We say makadini,
Mahadini. And what do you reply?
chiripo makadini.
Hey, that's a reply. Hey, that's like an email. So when I say Magadini, what do you reply?
Chiripo makadini.
Chilipo Magadini o. Magadini, everybody. Chilipo Magadini o. Ah, where you from, lady?
Okay, so I'm from Eastern Nigeria.
You have a different version from her. How do you say, how are you in Eastern Nigeria?
So you say Kadukime
Karukime. And what do you reply?
Adimuma. Simple.
Adimma. Guys, you heard how it enters and comes back differently. Like Adimma. And what's the Kadukime? Adimuma. All right, do we still have time? All right. Where are you from and how do you say, how are you in your language?
We have 41 languages. I'm from Uganda, and I'm going to speak one of the languages in Western Uganda. That is Lunyankole. We say Agandi. And then we reply Ndiaho.
Agandi Ndiaho. Amazing. Oh my goodness. A round of applause to everybody that just shared their language. That's beautiful. Very amazing. You know, one thing I love about languages, each language is unique. Let me tell you an example. For example, in Rwanda, you do not have to speak or understand everything. We have reactions that speak sentences. It's everywhere. For example, in Rwanda, if you don't want to tell someone that, get out of here, I don't want to see you, I don't want to talk to you anymore, I don't want to see yourself, your face and everything, you see, that's a lot. You have one reaction to say, Ito! Done. Done. Ito! Done. Done. You know, another thing you say, oh, now I understand what you're saying. You mean this and this. Ah, now I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You don't have to say all that. You can just say, ah. Enough. You know, when you see someone handsome, someone beautiful passing by, you don't have to tell them, hello, you look amazing, you're so beautiful. We have something very simple. I think that's African. I think that's African, right? We also have that in Nigeria. And then there are those who even extend like, I love the way you guys are laughing. You laugh like internet. We have 4G, 3G, 2G, and 1G. 4G is the laugh is fast. 3G, it's us breaking up. 2G, it's not even connecting the 1G, you laugh once and then the rest of it is crying. Thank you very much. Well, I think we can start. That was a bit of unscripted. I hope they pay me for that. Well, Julia is going to be giving us some warm-ups. And are you guys ready to end this in style? Do you have the energy? Do you have the energy? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome Julia as she's going to take just a few minutes to warm us up, and then the program is going to kick off right away. Thank you. The floor is all yours.
I'm not sure if anyone needs warming up now. I think everyone's warmed. I would love just to remind everyone about all the amazing stuff that we've had happening in the hubs all over the world. As just a quick reminder, we have had 70 hubs participating, delivering events, activities, workshops, debates, and we've had, I think, about 5,000 young people engaged in those activities. So on top of everything that's happened in this room and in this building with us today over the last 3 days, we've also had those hubs. I think a couple of highlights and a couple of points that I think really interesting to take away with us, that for me really stood out from the contributions that all the young people in the hubs made. I think the first one was really around digital entrepreneurship. So really recognizing when we're discussing innovation, when we're discussing digital entrepreneurship and the opportunities and creating the enabling environments that we have been talking about, that one thing that we should always remember is how can we use digital entrepreneurship to deliver on the Sustainable Development Goals. So for me, that was one thing that really, really stood out. I also really loved the contributions that were coming from the hubs around how do we create role models for young people. So we've been talking lots about the gender digital divide. We've been talking lots about how, you know, marginalized groups don't always have the same opportunities. And we need to create platforms where we can see those individuals that have made that journey and have been successful so that others can be inspired by those actions. So I'd like to say a big thank you to the hubs, if you are connected online, for joining us on in these discussions. Congratulations to you, and I will hand back over to our esteemed MC to kick off the ceremony. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Now I'd love to let you know that we are actually beginning. Some of us have attended different sessions. Some of us are waiting to see who is the winner of the Iconathon, including also the hackathon. We are going to be announcing the winners and the runner-ups here today. Before we start, we might not have introduced each other. Now, this is what you're going to do. If you know you're seated with someone who's different from whom you've been sitting with all along, turn on your left and on your right. Just say, my name is so-and-so, I'm from here, and I'm so happy to see you, and you look amazing today. You're going to use 1 minute in that. Thank you. All right. I'm sorry to cut the conversation short. It's like you wanted that. I just pushed you to do it. Thank you. I would love to thank you for participating in all the activities that happened. We had different dialogues, the intergenerational dialogues. We had some debates. We had beautiful mentoring sessions, networking and partner sessions, master classes, the amazing technology and gaming experience. And we actually had 70 hubs connecting from around the world. Now, I would love to thank those that are connecting online. Thank you very much for joining in. Now, I would love to have your attention because this is an amazing moment we are going to be taking. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to announce the winner of Iconathon and the finalists, and I'm about to invite them. So let me have your attention because I hope you are excited for them and ready to be happy for them. Am I right? Great, great. I'm going to start with the finalists. You know, normally, when we host those big international shows and it's the awarding, they put like a drum roll. You ever see that? Like, But since we don't have that, we are going to use it with our thighs. Yeah? Only the front row, the production behind is not happening? Okay, great. Now that we've rehearsed that, so when I say the finalists of Iconathon are Rocio Bello and Nguyen Tao. Can we have them walk as we celebrate them here today? Let's have them walk. Come to us, please, as we celebrate you. Oh, amazing. Great. Look at the excitement. I love how you're excited about it as she's walking. And also, are you there? Amazing. Thank you very much. Please give. Where is the second one? No problem. Celebrating wherever they are. I'm going to I'm going to ask you, Doreen. I think you're going to help me on awarding, on giving them the certificates. Yes. Can we have someone with certificates, please? Iconathon certificates. And these are the finalists. My heart tells me you are so happy for her, you can't wait to clap for her. And I'm right. Thank you. Oh, and Tao is here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tao. She is also a finalist, as we had mentioned there too. Amazing. Beautiful. And I'm going to ask Doreen Bogdan to stay a little bit as we award the final winner. And I'm hoping my drum roll is not running below minimum balance. You still have it fully packed in you. Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is... Thank you. The winner is Mr. Shalgwan Rosari. The winner of Iconathon. They did beautiful icons and we saw them in the beginning. He walks the winner today. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well. We still have more people to award today. That was the Iconathon. Going on next is the hackathon. They shared beautiful solutions. For those of you who actually stayed for the session at 11, we were here listening to their beautiful solutions. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be starting with the runner-up team. Give me some drum rolls, ladies and gentlemen. The final runner-up is it Path Team 1. Where are you, all of you? We would love you to all come. Oh yes, amazing, please. This is the runner-up team. And I'm going to ask, I think, Doreen, we are going to share the job here today. Thank you very much. You're going to be staying here most of the time and awarding the team. All right, let's hand over the certificates and get the picture to remember this beautiful moment. Beautiful. Great, we have all the pictures. One last, thank you very much. You want to take a group picture? Please, you could, why not? Hey, I love that. Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, the winner of Hackathon is DigiSkills Team 4. Where are you? Look at the excitement. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your solutions. Thank you for being with us here today and sharing your knowledge. It's beautiful. Look at the excitement. Now, this is a win. Thank you very much. Now, let's take the pictures and certificates as you remember this beautiful day. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a group picture. You know, in Rwanda, we say, na photo, na chabai. Basically, what it means, without a picture, nothing happened. Yes, we love proof. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Doreen, for the amazing job. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, a round of applause to everyone here. Well, over these 3 days, we've achieved major milestones that anchors the youth engagement, participation, and empowerment with some call to actions. Now, these call to actions, we are shaping recommendations, and that's why I would love to invite everyone in this room and those following us online and Inclusive Digital Future together. I would love to invite their young youth volunteers, or if I can say, because they really volunteered to do this. We wanted to know why was this important? Why was this important? The summit, why did you come in, and what are the recommendations from the call to actions that we will take forward? Because one thing I believe is, without call to actions, there is no action at the end. So we met, but what do we take home? I'm going to call a group of 6 young youth, including Sofiat Sadiq, Ihita Gangaravarap, Tariq Mohammed, Roman Gojaev, Elisa Haksiliza, and Ali Al Toblani. They're going to be one by one giving us the why, the recommendation, and the call to action. And I'm going to ask you one small favor. Listen and listen. Ladies and gentlemen, as they walk on stage. Roman, you want to go first?
Wow, that's very cool. Whew, well, I'm a member of the Generation Connect Visionaries Board, and this journey started 2 years ago. And from the time that I'm there, I have been asked a lot that if it's Youth Summit, why you also have older people in the team? So the answer was actually, this is a intergenerational and a multi-stakeholder approach. Why is it? Because if we're talking about youth, we're not talking about young people only. We also talk about the whole generation in the world. And the internet access, the access in general to technologies, resources, and different infrastructure is not the problem of young people, but it's also an issue that concerns everyone, regardless of their age, gender, geography, country, the institution that they represent. So basically, from the time that we have started co-designing this summit, the main two approach were to implement an intergenerational and multi-stakeholder approach. And we saw every panel discussion, every group discussion, every masterclass and workshops were all about involving every stakeholder from different backgrounds, the governments, the public institutions, NGOs, young people that are underrepresented. So this is actually how we also created the call to action. So this is also important that we start to thinking about this is not the end of the process, but it's actually beginning of the implementation of the call to action. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Roman. A very good evening to everyone. I'm Agatha. I'm also a member of the Generation Connect Visionaries Board, and I completely support and second what Roman just said about how it has to be intergenerational. So we're talking about not just youth to youth interaction. We're looking at connections and conversations and deliberations and actions within generations when it comes to ICT and digital transformation. For me, just to answer the question, for me, the summit, the idea when we were co-designing it and we were having multiple interactions during the board meetings and also otherwise with our youth envoys, the idea was to create a platform or create the summit as a platform to develop a comfort within the young people to engage in very open-minded conversations around such critical topics of relevance for the youth, for the communities, in a very multicultural, multilinguistic, multiracial setting. So I think that is something that I'm very glad that we've all, as a team, achieved today. Now I would like to request my friend to take over and stress upon the call to action.
Thanks so much. So good day, everyone. My name is Tariq Mohammed from Trinidad and Tobago. I'm here representing the Generation Connect Americas region. 2 years. In the past 2 years, all of the Generation Connect members, as well as the youth, have come together to co-create this call to action document. I stand here very proud today, knowing that we are almost at the end of this process and that we are ready following today's final consultations to finalize this document and submit it to WTDC in the opening event on Monday. So really and truly, I'm very glad and excited to be here. And I was very appreciative of the entire call to action process because there are many things that were included there throughout all of the consultations, both through the regional call to actions in preparation for the RPM meetings last year, as well as through the online forums on Spark Blue and in the consultations here and in the comments that we received in the past few days on finalizing that document. So yes, I'm very glad that we were able to pull the voices of all the youth and non-youth to create this amazing document and submit it to WTDC on Monday. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Tarek. And I really think every single one of you have spoken at length on how important the call to action document is. It's been a 2-year-long process where so many young people from every corner of the world contributed to that call to action. But if there's one thing that is going to stand and stay with me, is that it is an action. It's not just a document, and it's something every single one of us need to take ownership of. I personally am interested in part of the call to action that has to do with including marginalized group. I specifically work with girls and women, and as a young person who has for 2 years worked on this call to action, I am stepping forward to say that in the next 365 days, I would personally train 1,000 girls and bring them into the digital space. But it's not just about me, it's also about every single young person who is seated here today. You work in amazing organizations, you're policy analysts, you're young people who have access to your communities, the communities that we need to digitize. The call to action is mine, it's yours, it's ours. And I'm just calling on you to please read that document and decide what part of it is going to be your own and push it forward in all of your communities. Thank you.
Well, wow, it's the way that we are together at this moment. It's something that in my life I would have never imagined happening. And just like my colleagues, this call of action is quite an important thing. but so I don't repeat their words, I can only say this thing. This call of action for me, it's hope. During these days, I've seen so many people giving me information that I never expected to know. And this information is not just relevant, but it's a source of hope for me that we as young people can create something hopeful for the future, because the expression that the youth are the future has never sounded more true to me than before. So thank you very much, everyone, for giving me this hope. And I hope that you as well have this hope for a better future, because it's ours. So thank you.
Wow, we are no longer online, are we? My name is Ali Al-Tibnani. I am a representative of Bahrain and the ITU Generation Connect Arab Regional Group. So I'm going to do this a bit different. If you know me personally, you would know I am a very talkative person. And I'm sure the Bahrain delegation knows that by now. So for the past 3 days at this summit, I've decided to do things differently. I decided to take a step back and listen very carefully for once. I heard many wonderful stories, met amazing people. But throughout that time, I heard something that I cannot accept and I do not agree with. And I didn't realize that until my colleague Denola pointed it out. When I met many of you and asked about what do, you started with the sentence, I am just. I am just a student. Or I am just an engineer. Really, just an engineer? So that is something I cannot accept, and I think neither should you. You need to realize the value you hold as youth representatives. Before we hand over, okay. Before we hand over this document, I want you all to be ready to be more than just. As Mr. Uthman Al-Muammar, the Generation Connect Advisory Board member said, this is a generation that fixes everything. Today we fix, tomorrow we will build. As Ms. Doreen, the ITU BDT director stated, in our youth, I have hope. This world needs some new ideas. Our hope relies on all of you. If you've heard me talk before, I usually end my talks with the same sentence that I will keep on repeating until it is memorized by all of you. This world moves at a very fast pace. IT, ICT is the future, but so is our youth. And I call upon all of you to remember that and embrace that. Thank you. And before we leave the stage, as your voices of the youth, we have a special message to all of you.
All right, I love this. As a Generation Connect, we are not just 40 people actually in the board. We are very much huge community that cover the whole world and different regions. We are from Brazil to Africa. We are from Rwanda to Russia. We are from Azerbaijan to Canada. We are everywhere. And this is actually a proof that how important the topic to discuss and over. And that's why I would like to say thank you for everyone, especially young people, youth and voice from in Pacific, in Africa, and South America, and in Europe. All of that is what we did here as your actions, your requirements, your voice that has been heard at this stage. And this is really important that we don't stop here and continue to ensure that the implementation is there on the table everywhere in every country. Thank you so much, young people.
Those of you,
No problem. You can go ahead.
So those of you who are here, who are joining us remotely, isn't this an incredible summit? So I'm here as representing the youth to thank all our sponsors for sponsoring, for supporting the summit, for believing in youth empowerment, and also the need to amplify the voices of the youth. So thank you very much, sponsors, and we're very, very happy to have had the opportunity to engage ourselves in the summit.
On behalf of all the youth here today, I just wanted to say a heartfelt thanks to the ITU facilitators, both here physically and virtually, for making this event possible. Thank you very much.
And I am simply following after Tariq. Sponsors, youth envoys, everyone has been here, but this would never have been possible if the ITU, the BDT director, did not believe that young people deserve a seat at the table. While I'm especially thanking the BDT director, as an intern at the ITU, I'd like to thank every single intern as well, who has worked with every speaker at this summit today to make sure that we all had all of those scripts and make sure everything ran smoothly. Thank you to the director, and thank you to all the interns who have worked on this.
For me, I have a special thanks to all Generation Connect region groups, for all the individuals that I have met from Latin America, from Europe, from Asia. I'm really grateful to have met such incredible individuals who share the same point of view like me, different, but with the same goal to make the world better by the force of youth. So thank you very much, Generation Connect, all the groups, and I hope that one day we are again together and we can do this event once again.
And for one last time, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, Rwanda.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you too for such amazing messages, call to actions, and commitments to advocate. Thank you very much. One more time, a round of applause. Thank you. They were representing a region, and most of you met them in different sessions, and they are here to tell us what they are willing to advocate beyond this summit. But we also have to understand how will this be implemented. And that is why I would love to introduce a video message from Jayathma Wikramanayake, UN Youth Envoy. She's going to be highlighting how she will implement and advocate for the recommendations put forward and in this call to action. It's a video. She's not with us, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Jayathma Wikramanayake. I am the United Nations Secretary General's Envoy on Youth. It's my pleasure to join you today at the final day of the first ever Generation Connect Youth Summit. First and foremost, I'd like to thank ITU for organizing this important and incredible summit and for having me as a part of this celebration. I also would like to thank the government of Rwanda for hosting this event to support meaningful and effective youth participation in shaping a safe, inclusive digital future for all of us. As many of you are already aware, young people of the world today, like yourselves, are mostly known as the generation of digital natives. With that in mind, there are many expectations that come with the title of digital natives. Young people are often expected to create innovative solutions to solve the complex multidimensional challenges that this world is facing. We are expected to be citizens who bring positive contributions both in the real world as well as the digital world. We are expected to be the future. But the truth is that young people are already doing all of the above, even without the world's expectations on them. I witnessed firsthand how young people advocate to end the digital divide, how young people work on local solutions to bring connectivity to all youth so they can all continue their education, and how young people created community-based initiatives to fight discrimination and harms online. Just a few weeks ago, when I had the privilege to be one of the moderators for the Our Digital Future consultation together with the Office of the Envoy on Technology, I heard a lot these important insights shared by young people from around the world. But I also heard young people's never-ending commitment and passion to take actions in helping to shape the digital future. I find it amazing that despite the different challenges that young people as a generation are facing from all fronts and all aspects of their lives, you still continue to be one of the most resilient agents of change. With all of these qualities, I think it's only right that we refer to young people not only as digital natives, but also as digital leaders. The United Nations truly believes in the power of young people's leadership and their role as equal partners. Young people in all their diversity must be meaningfully engaged if the world is serious in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. When the UN Youth Strategy was launched 3 years ago, it aimed to ensure this vision by guiding the UN to be a leading institution that can deliver its work at all levels, not just for young people, but with young people in partnership. Therefore, I'm very grateful to see ITU is partnering with young leaders, activists, and innovators from the start until the end. We need a digital future that is safe, inclusive, and wholesome. It is my biggest hope today that the outcome of the Youth Declaration will be taken into consideration by the world leaders and decision makers in the room, so young people can work together with those decision makers, with those policy makers, to achieve a better digital future that we all deserve. Thank you once again, and congratulations on a successful summit.
Thank you very much. As this is our last day, I'm sure you understand why we are focusing so much on the call to actions, because that's our takeaway. I would also love to appreciate our Minister of Youth. She's here with us, Mbabazi, Honorable Minister Mbabazi Rosemary. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for supporting the youth, and we see it. I would also love to thank the Minister of ICT and Innovation, Honorable Paula Ingabire. Thank you for being with us from day one to the last day. At this moment, I would love to ask Doreen Bogdan-Martin, our BDT Director, to come and take the stage, and she's going to be joined by Honorable Minister Paula Ingabire on stage, and they are going to be discussing about the call to actions. What's the way forward? How do we respond? And this is going to be a good conversation. Thank you very much.
What an incredible 3 days. It's kind of sad to see it come to an end. But I think we have to remember it's not an end. It's the beginning of something new. And Minister Paula, Minister Rosemary, I was sitting with Sinead yesterday at lunch, and she suggested we do this again, not in 1 year, but in 1 month in Kigali. Is that okay? So at our opening on Wednesday, the Prime Minister asked us to each meet at least 10 people So who in the room has not met 10 people? Raise your hand. Well, I think Minister Paula, you can let one person.
Just one person at the
You
front.
didn't meet 10 people? How many?
Met more than 10 people.
Okay, very good. So I think, Minister, you can confirm to the Prime Minister that we did meet. I think I met 10 times, I don't know, 50. We fulfilled his request, and I actually met another Doreen, which was great. Don't know too many Doreens. I also met engineers. I met sustainable fashion designers. Didn't know that was a thing, but it's a big thing. And there's many of them here. That was really cool. I met coders. I met entrepreneurs. I met policymakers. I even met a Rwandan coffee maker. And I met an astronaut. I think he's still in the room, Daniel. Othman, you laid out some important questions for us on Wednesday. Who remembers Othman's 4 questions? Cecilia. I know she remembers because she told me last night. I was challenging her. To recap, Othman asked us, who am I? Who do I surround myself with? What will I do? And how can I get there? I hope that over the past 3 days, you've thought about those questions as Othman asked us to do, and that you found some answers, that you found some new ideas. Let me just quickly share some of my takeaways over the past 3 days. When I started on Wednesday, I said, as I looked around, I was filled with excitement. I was filled with hope. Exciting, it was definitely. And I can safely say I even have more hope. And I think, Elisa, you confirm that. You have more hope. So do I. Why? Because you have shown that you are already leaders. That's my first takeaway. So keep doing what you're doing, dream big, and aim high. Minister Paula, you were saying to us, you don't have to be a minister to be a leader, to make change. You can inspire, you can mobilize, you can accelerate. You can create change right now, because this is your moment. And this morning, I think Princess Beatriz said it well. She said, it's time to change the narrative. You can do that. My second takeaway. So you need to hold us accountable. We did start planning this event 2 years ago, as you heard from our wonderful board members. And many people actually said, youth need the ITU. Youth need the ITU. Well, I actually think it's the opposite. The ITU needs you. Our digital future needs you at the table. Your ideas, your concerns, your passion, your engagement, and your commitment. And you need to hold us accountable. As Michelle from USAID said this morning, we challenge you to challenge us. I'd like to commend the call to action. We have heard you loud and clear. And we look forward to sharing that call to action with the World Telecommunications Development Conference that kicks off on Monday. I also hope, as I sit in front of our plenipotentiary chair designee, Sabine, we need to take this to PP as well. My third takeaway, the impossible is possible. So be ready. Although we've actually been working on Generation Connect for 2 years, we actually prepared this summit in 90 days. 90 days. And Minister Paula the whole time said, we can do it. She was very calm the whole time, we can do it. So how did we do that? It's because we worked as a team with an amazing host government, the government of Rwanda, and I thank Minister Rosemary, Minister Paula, and your teams. We had a great team from the ITU, and if I may embarrass them and ask them to stand up, ITU team, please. A special thanks to Sylvia, to Nancy, Jose Maria, and Danola. I don't know where you are. Danola, back there in the bleachers. And of course, our team in Geneva that's supporting us virtually. And of course, all those great interns that Sophia was mentioning. I was once an intern, so thank you so much to all those interns. Of course, our great sponsors, thank you again. Thank you to Saudi Arabia, UAE, Microsoft, Cote d'Ivoire, and Amazon. Thank you to our members for having mobilized your youth to be here. We're so very grateful. And thank you to all of you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to all of you that traveled from all over the world. I met someone today that arrived this morning from Mali, and it took him 3 days to get here because he had so many flight cancellations. So welcome. I'm glad you were at least able to share with us this last day. In the words of Nelson Mandela, it seems impossible until it's done. Well, we did it. But again, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning. And I've learned so much from you over the past few days. And we're going to take your suggestions into account in future iterations. We're going to do a survey, get your feedback on structure, format, topics. And I thank you for that. This week, I also learned a new song, The Digital Future We Want. And I want to thank the interns that wrote that song. It's a great song. And of course, I want to thank the Rwandan musicians that actually composed it and played it for us in the opening. I know, Minister Paula, one suggestion for the next iteration is that we have to have a bigger dance floor. I also know that I have to brush up on my dance skills, and Sophia is nodding because I tried unsuccessfully to do line dancing, and Daniel's laughing too. But I promise, Sophia, with your good support, I'll brush up on those dance skills. I need to match Minister Paula, Minister Rosemary, and Minister Emma as well. So together we made Generation Connect actually grow beyond the perimeter of the Inhari Conference Center with 70 hubs from around the world. And now all of you, our change makers, have the ability to go out in your communities and transform, make a difference. You can do it, you're ready. It's in your hands, and we do trust that you will keep this movement going. The digital future is yours. The digital present is yours. And as the song goes, united we stand. You are the youth. You are our young leaders. You are our future. You are Generation Connect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doreen. And I wanted to really start off where You left it at, thanking everyone that has been able to make this a great success. And perhaps I want to start with everyone in the room to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here, for making this exciting. I know people that are not in this room had a lot of FOMO. Do you know what FOMO is? Hands, who understands FOMO? We need to see, we're Generation Connect. Great. The fear of missing out. So I know many people had that, and so we're really, really grateful for having, had the privilege to host all of you. I do hope you had a great time, but I also wanted to start with you, Doreen. I think what you see here is a powerful vision, a powerful ambition that you've seeded. So I want to ask everyone in the room, even for those that are online, there's the virtual hand clap, to really join me in really recognizing Doreen for the exemplary leadership in putting this together. Thank you. So like they say, I think all good things somehow come to an end. It's sad, right? Don't you feel the same? But I think we'll still make sure that I'll take your challenge, Doreen, to have a bigger dance floor. I think at the end of all this, we'll put the chairs on the side, and at least Arthur will do the needful, so that at least we have one parting dance for all of us. But it's very exciting to see you all, to see the energy in this room. I think on day one during the dinner, I met more than 10. And all of them were excited. And I told them one thing. I think there's one I met and I said, at your age, I didn't have access to all of this. So I can imagine access to being part of making the decision, access to these kind of conversations. The future can only be bright for all of you. So you have everything that it takes to really be change makers, to be change agents in your different communities. I also wanted to use this opportunity. I know we're talking to most of you that are in the room. I think it takes a lot of dedication for everyone that has been able to stay with us throughout the days online. So to everyone, all the 70 hubs that have been following us for these 2.5 days, thank you very much. And we do hope next month, as Doreen suggested, we will have everyone here so that you can all enjoy what has been a great summit for the youth here. Doreen, you did talk about the questions, and I perhaps won't be coming back to them. But for me, I feel like the youth in the room today, they've asked questions, they've proposed solutions, and I think we have so many takeaways for all of us. And I wanted just to highlight a few of them. I think what is very clear is that alongside the traditional decision-making process, it's important that we put the right foundations to really engage the young people so that they can be part and parcel of this. So we've had that, and I'm very grateful for that we've had this opportunity to actually be in the room with them and think through all these problems together as we think about bridging the digital divide, but also understanding which each and every person's role is going to be going forward. The Kigali Youth Call for Action encapsulates all these different deliberations that you've had, and we can only commit to you that we'll make sure that we turn all these ideas, all these resolutions into action. When we meet next, we need to be able to see progress. So we've heard you very loud and clear. We're very determined to heed your call to action to the fullest extent that we can, and to ensure that we really implement all these ideas that you've shared with us here. And I do hope that as you are here, it was not just all work. There's been a lot of play in the making, and we hope we can give you more of that, at least for the few days that some of you will already be here. I know a few of you will continue to stay with us over the coming few days, and I hope you continue to feel as welcome in our beautiful city. And for those that will be parting soon, while we're very sad that you have to leave us, it's been an absolute pleasure to host all of you. And we do hope you'll be back to Rwanda very soon. So Minister Rosemary runs a similar program called the Youth Connect Summit. So I can already see a marriage happening between Youth Connect and Generation Connect Global Youth Summit. I think you are the same people that we are targeting to work with, to bring on board as allies, as partners in everything that we're doing. And Doreen, I believe there's really a powerful connection in these platforms that have already been created. You've made the valuable connections, at least I believe so. The friendships that you've forged here, I do hope that even beyond the 3 or 4 days that you've been together, that you can continue to cultivate these relationships, because they're going to be very important. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And I think what we want to do is to go far, but we also want to go fast. So we need to figure out that balance, because the future is here, the future is now. So I want to leave you with one takeaway. With our world that is changing rapidly, and 70% of you being part of the world's youth that are using internet, while in the past we used to say that the future is digital, now we must accept that the present is digital. And it's our time now to embrace that, but also to really make sure that we can make this productive and impactful for all of us. So on that note, Doreen, may the dance begin as we part ways. Thank you very much.
Very much. Thank you very much. Those were really good words. And I've taken one thing. The present is the future, and that changes the narrative. Thank you very much. The future is now. I appreciate. You might now please take back your seats. I love the conversation we've had. I love the dialogues that have happened, and I hope that we've learned one or two from them.
Can we ask for some quick feedback of impressions, key takeaways, if we may?
Oh, yes, please. I was just about to give the audience an opportunity to also engage with Honorable Minister and Doreen here. And I think what is going to happen is they are going to take lead this moment. How many times do you have the Minister and Doreen come to you now?
Minister Rosemary with us?
Why not?
We have 2 ministers.
We have 2 ministers in the house. I mean, why not? Thank you very much. And those who have the microphones are going to be coming through. Just raise your hand and have a chat. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Yes, hello, everyone. My name is Sylvia Manurakiza. I'm from Uganda, and I'm an electrical engineering student in my final year. So what can I say? Okay, this summit has been amazing. That's one thing that I can describe it with. From learning from everyone, the different intergenerational dialogues, the master classes, and then also learning from our peers, you know, the different interactions that we had, the networking. It has all been a very wonderful learning experience. And one thing that has really stood out for me is that individually, as you as one person, you have a lot of impact to make in this world. You don't have to be, as they say, you don't have to be a minister, you don't have to be a very big leader, but in your community, in your class, in your family, you have the ability to drive change. You have the ability to advocate for being safer online, you know, better cybersecurity behaviors, better cyber hygiene, you know, and starting from you yourself, you know, you're the change you want to see. You have to start by changing yourself, changing your practices. I think even the point of advocating for change also in your environment, in your community, if you see that something is wrong and it's not being done right, advocating for it, however, being respectable about it, making sure that you know that the other person may be making a mistake, but it's from a point of ignorance, and being that person to kind of call it out. And then again, coming to the point of bridging the gender digital divide. I'm a female student in STEM. And I really, really, really love how much Rwanda is doing, especially putting women front and center. It's so amazing to see you, Minister Paula and Minister Rosemary. Yeah, it's so it's so encouraging for me to see people that I can see as role models. And that was something that really came out in our masterclass on bridging gender digital divide. You know, women need to see more role models. We need to see these people around us. You know, we have the ministers, but even you as you are, even I as I am, I can be a role model to those around me. I can start in my community. I can start by training those around me. Actually, I have, there's another Ugandan delegate that is here that during the COVID period, she told us about how she got her computer and started training the people in her community how to use basic computer skills. She started from her own self. You see, she's making change in her own capacity. She doesn't have the funding, but she's starting with what the little that she has, and she's bringing the change in that. And she's a lady, and she's calling for that. And then another thing to do with bridging the gender digital divide, you come into calling out the stereotypes. You know, we all know that we have also internalized the gender digital divide in ourselves. You say something that may be sexist or may not be creating room for women or even other marginalized communities, calling out the people around you, calling out your friends, calling out yourself when you feel that you've said something wrong, unlearn it. When you feel like you're not creating space for women, you're not creating space for marginalized communities, you're not creating space for disabled people, call yourself out on it, correct yourself, learn how you can do better. And basically, I really love being in Rwanda. I've learned so much being here. I've learned so much from all of you. And yeah, as the Rwandans usually say, murakoze cyane.
Isn't that a powerful reflection? So I'm going to challenge all of you. We need to tell the world what is happening here. And we have a prize. So I need to see all of you, because we won't have the opportunity for everyone to speak this afternoon, but I want to see everyone, share their reflections online on what this has meant for all of you. And in her, I see the future Minister of ICT. Don't you think so? So on that note, some gender balance, I'm going to pick on a gentleman to give us his reflections.
Hello, everyone. My name is Muhammad Umair Ali, and I'm from Pakistan. It has been an absolute honor and pleasure to be part of the conference. So almost 3 decades ago, this country had to witness a genocide. And fast forward to 3 decades, the world has gathered here to look for the future, to look for the technological future of this particular world. So please put your hands together for the Rwandan nation. I'm very thankful to the ITU, the top leadership, Ms. Danola, right? Yeah, the top leadership. And from that point down the stream, the envoys, the visionary board, the sponsors, and especially the participants who had to take multiple flights, had to face multiple layovers, came from far-fetched lands, just to attend the conference and to make sure that their voice is heard. Thank you very much. I have always believed that it has always remained a fact that relations between different countries on government level may vary, and that's perfectly all right. But I have always believed that the relations between the people to people are the ones that actually make an impact and can change. And that is what I have seen here. I have met people from more than 70 to 80 people from various countries, from all across the world, from various continents, coming from different backgrounds, academic backgrounds, different thought processes, different political ideologies, different, cultural, religious norms, everything. But they have all converged on a single point, and that is the call for action, the call to action for forming a more digitally connected, more digitally aware, more digitally robust community. So thank you very much for everyone who made it possible. Thank you so much. And I look forward to such events, and I look forward to the next iteration of this very conference in the upcoming years. Thank you very much, everyone. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you, ministers. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I can see a lot of excitement. Can we stay longer? Can we stay longer? We are happy to host you. Do you want to say something as well? Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Melissa Vrade. I'm from Lebanon. So I'm sure that every one of you has loved a certain aspect of the summit or everything that you've attended. But personally, something I have really liked here was the sessions led by youth, for youth, and with inspiring stories from youth. And for those of you who have attended the Generation Connect Gender Champion Workshop, I think I'm one of the champions, and I just want to say something to my fellow colleagues that aside from having this great experience, I think we were lucky to be able to work as a team of 12 girls from different countries in the world and to hear each other's inspiring stories. I'm sure that we're going to work together in the future. I'm sorry, I'm a bit emotional. So we didn't just connect professionally and digitally, but we've connected on a deeper level. And now I have 11 other sisters in the world.
In the
So thank you.
corners. Maybe 3 and then.
Okay, I think we're going to try, we're each going to take one more. I'm going to go to my new friend from Kenya. And as I walk to her, I have some good news for Santiago in the back, which is that we actually achieved parity in participation. I think that's a first in the ITU. 50% women and 50% men. So
Thank
well
you
done.
so much, darling.
Santiago.
Amandla. 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 Thank you very much. I am so humbled to be here. My name is Damaris Mabea. I'm from Kenya. I was an intern at the ITU and I finished and I went back home in Geneva. I went back home and I started my own organization to sponsor and empower girls in STEM and ICT. I've been struggling to get funding for these activities and these projects, but through this meeting yesterday, I was able to talk to partners from Equals and they agreed to sponsor 2 of my events this month. So I am so excited and I want to tell you, be intentional in what you're doing. Be intentional in how you spend your money, look at things as investments. That's how I got to where I am. Now I have a chance to, because I work for in this organization that I founded, we are working in the informal settlements. So it's a critical area. We are having elections in Kenya right now. We are preparing for elections in less than 2 months. Everybody is focused on the political. Nobody's talking about the economic aspect. Nobody's talking about all the issues that are happening. So for me to be able to get 2 events this month to be funded from this youth summit, I am so humbled and really I feel like it's an idea whose time had come. And I also want to tell you one thing. The other reason I feel strongly that I was able to get this funding, even for this Youth Summit invitation. I'm staying back. I'm not leaving. I'm staying back for the WTDC. I'm also staying back for the Partner to Connect. So the whole of next week, I'm also here, is the 16th of June is the International Day of the African Child. That's a moment for you guys to celebrate and lift up, even if you're not from Africa, to lift up. So be intentional with key dates in the calendar. On the 27th of June is the World MSME Day. Be intentional in what you do and be very calculative, be very strategic, position yourself for success regardless of where you are. That's how success meets you. That's how I got here. Thank you very much.
That's very wonderful. We have a gentleman here to tell us what are the actions he's going to do right from this. And thank you, our lady from Kenya. We are happy to continue hosting you. She's staying longer. Thank you.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Sanunku from Nigeria. I'm Nasiruddin Yakubu from Nigeria. I'm happy to be here, highly excited. I just want to use some word to say that technology replaces the way we do things as the COVID taught us the way. I am highly impressed to see the youth. Any society that grows depends on the youth development. And I've seen change in Rwanda. I've seen change in Rwanda because a minister and other minister that came from Namibia, that is to show you change. Change replaces the way we do things in technology. And as emerging technology evolves during the COVID, it's inevitable, right? Okay, fine. What I mean to say, in a sense, this youth that do this thing here are people like me and you. Now work is virtual. We have to embrace the work of the future. That is the work of the future. In our own capacity, we are training kids on emerging technologies to bridge the gap between youth and kids. After youth is old age. In youth, we learn. In age, we understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Minister Paula. And I hope to see you all in October. We have another great moment to be with you in October for the Youth Connect that Minister Paula talked about earlier. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister Rosemary. So I feel stuck because earlier I was thinking we've had 3 ladies that have spoken and 2 gentlemen. So I'm trying to be she for he. But there's a lady that has winked and waved at me, and I want to nurture this relationship going forward. So you'll accept that I'll give her the mic and we'll have more women.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Oh, I'm Sandrine Inambona, and I'm here representing my school, the Sede Kigali, one of the schools Honorable Minister Paula started in. So once I had depression, and I decided that whenever I'm given a chance to talk to people, I will first say beautiful words to them. So if you are depressed or you're feeling not right, I want to tell you that you're loved, you're intelligent, and you are the change that we need in the world. Oh, the second thing that I wanted to say and to share with you guys is that I'm very, very pleasured to be here, because I remember the first time that my teacher told me that there is this summit, and I told him I need to be there. I want to be there. And he was like, no, you need to focus on your studies. And I was so discouraged. So now I'm here. So this is a dream to me. And I met so many people that I never thought I could. And today I even won Samsung, but so this is a great pleasure for me to be here. And I would like to thank Ministry of ICT in Rwanda, ITU, and everyone who participated in the preparation of these things. Thank you so much.
And if we could have a last comment from our plenipotentiary conference chair designee, Sabine, over to you.
Thank you very much, Doreen, and congratulations for everything you did here. Congratulations, Rwanda, for this event. Actually, in the last 3 months, all the young people here, made me want to be 20 years younger, honestly. So that's what I want at this moment. And I promise you, as Doreen said, and as Santiago was telling me, that I'm going to be a big supporter for having your work you did in the last 2 years at PP. That's my promise for you. Congratulations for everything.
All right. We are not planning something else. Hey, so what are they planning? Just a very small announcement, Honorable Minister, before you take your seat. I understand there is a summit you would love to tell us about. Just a few seconds, and then we can go on with the next program. Thank you.
This is because we're so happy to hear about the actions that you're going to take right from this forum. So we have the CHOGAM. You know about the CHOGAM? The Commonwealth Youth Forum that is happening just at the end of this month, 19th to 21st. We hope to see you again. We'll be talking about more about how we can transform our communities. But also we have another forum that Minister Paula talked about in October from 13th to 15th. It's Youth Connect Africa. We'll have all African countries, including others that are members of the ITU member states. So we are happy to host you once again. There's more vibes in Kigali. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister Paula. Doreen, thank you. Honorable Minister asked me to end with a song. I went to the team and they said, oh, by the way, the next video is the official Generation Connect Global Youth Summit song. Do we remember the song? And actually the video has that song. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to have this played. And hey, shake a little bit when it's played. All right? The technical team, please give me that song and give me your shaking and the vibe the minister just talked about. All right.
Muraho neza. Yeah.
Come on.
Across the world.
Come on, team. Are we going to sit? Are we really going to sit in this moment?
United we stand. United
Let me
we
have
stand.
everybody please stand up.
Across the world. Across the world. United we stand. United we stand.
Digital opportunities are limited in communities, and this is what we see involving youth is the key.
We want to make sure that your voices are heard.
Young people around the world are central to the vision to connect the unconnected.
Come on, let's sing together.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
One more time.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
Yeah, man. Decision you create affect our state. Together we stand for you to understand. We are the future, yeah. We are the youth. We are the future, yeah. We are the youth, yeah, 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 yeah.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand. Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand. Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
In every sector and every region, you know, educating these young persons is the key to getting the digital versions that we want. So let's sing together and then we're gonna clap our hands.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
We can even sing together.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united.
Let me stop the music a little bit.
Across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
Let me you clapping your hands.
Across the world, across the world, united we stand, united.
There is a beautiful voice here, sing first.
We are and we are the young voices. We are the younger voices. We are and we are the young voices.
Come on! And 1, 2, 3, go!
Across the world, across the world,
united we stand,
united we stand,
united we stand,
united we stand.
across the world,
across the world,
across the world,
united we stand, united we stand.
Across the world,
across the world, across the world, united we stand, united we stand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Murakoze, murakoze.
Wow! And united we stand.
Time for our round of Buhanzi.
And united we stand. Please, let's keep standing because we are not having this anymore. Please say bye to the seats. They did an amazing job, but they've just expired. Because what is going to happen here is turn to your neighbor and thank them. Tell them, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for joining us today. We had an amazing time. We had a beautiful moment. We connected. We had a good time. We shared a meal. We shared a drink. We shared a room. We shared space. And we are here to connect, and that's what we are going to do. We'll advocate for the youth in this program, in this progress, in this initiative. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me have your attention one more time. We are ending this in style. We are ending this in style. Let me have everybody please stand up because I want to end this in style. Before I end it, I want to tell you something. There is a tour that is planned. Who's ready to see Kigali? Who's ready to see Kigali? There is a Kigali tour. They are going to take you around Kigali city. Make sure you do not count our heels trying to prove if it's 1,000. You will find out, all right? After the Kigali tour, there is a cocktail dinner at Revero Canal Olympia, a beautiful space where you can see Kigali at night. And I hope you are ready. Now, as we end, the technical team is going to play a beautiful song. Oh, hey, I can't wait to dance with you. This floor is now open. Ladies and gentlemen, may you join us. May you come at the front. Let's have a good time. Let's dance. Let's celebrate. Come at the front, people. You come. You come. Where are you? Oh, yes. Ah, yes, I see you. I need some moves right now. Where are you? Where is everybody? Where is everybody? Come at the front, please. You can come at the front. We have something for you. Thank you. Hey, 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 hey. Give on the phone. Reach your neighbor. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Have a good time. My name is Arthur. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
Zungishilana Daunami Alikulana Busuami Aukulana Ilondolose Zuhambenami Daunami Alikulana Busuami Aukulana no lo sé, no lo sé, no lo sé, no lo sé, Zumangishilana, no lo sé, no lo sé. No sé, Zumangishilana, Dauyami, Alikulana, Musuami, Aukulana, no lo sé, Zuhambenami, Dauyami, Alikulana, Musuami, Aukulana. No lo sé, Jerusalema, Ikayalami, no lo sé. Uhambenami, Zumangishilana, Jerusalema, Ikayalami, no lo sé. Uhambenami, Zumangishilana, Dauyami, Alikulana, Musuami, Aukulana. No lo sé, Zuhambenami. ride like Fokker, yeah. Pull up in a beam, too much, too clean, young taller. Aye, don't foster, serious and daughter. A big time play.
All right. I just want to tell you that in 3 minutes we'll be heading out for the Kigali tour. Dance one more time in 3 minutes and we head out. But hey, thank you for having a good time.